What lessons have we learned on how best we can improve our relationships going forward? Because now we have had this pandemic. There will probably be others in the future. So how are we going to improve them despite these emergency situations?
So lessons, actually, me, I think, first of all, if maybe, okay, let's start with friendships. Like, it's very good to communicate, but even as you're communicating, you have to be open. You have to share. You have to let in someone. Sometimes you're communicating, but you're not actually communicating what you're feeling. Because people who are communicating something else, like you're communicating to someone, but you're not communicating what you have in the inside of you, and it creates certain things. You find that in the long run, someone who's holding on to certain things which he would have or she would have communicated earlier on, and you work upon them than
waiting or keeping.
Waiting. And another thing I think I've learned to understand people, to love them. Someone can do something and be like, really? And be like, anyway, it's just a process. It's just, we are all work in progress, So you understand someone, you love them, and you do your thing. Because sometimes as you're teaching someone maybe to do it, but I'm not going to necessarily tell them you should do this, because people have they'll be like, hey, I'm 18 and above, I'm 20 and above, so you're not going to tell me what to do, but you're going to do your thing, and they'll watch you do your thing, and they'll pick something if they're interested. And there is a way, it's so contagious. Like, if you love someone, that love forces them to be better, So you find they love the things you do, they love the way you do your thing, so they learn as, because me, I always use it a lot. Sometimes if I don't want to communicate to someone directly, I'll do something they should do intentionally. Like, I do it every day, even if I don't, so that I'm communicating, be like, you can do it like this, I feel, and if they approach me, then that I can add on my words. I'd be like, so yeah.
That's a good thing. So you teach them by example, because at times saying it may be hard.
And
they may not take it well.
Yeah.
You're right. What about you, Luther?
I think the lessons I've been able to learn are that one, for example, when it comes to friends, we were not used to the social media, first of all. Like, it was not so common that you would always use the WhatsApp, you would chat with your friends, maybe using Facebook. We would call quite often. But as I told you, when this pandemic came in, finances reduced, money reduced, so people were like, okay, instead of putting on calls every day, I can put on my card data for maybe some period of time, and it would save me. Like, I would keep communicating with my people. So for those who are not now on WhatsApp, you would not be talking to your friends for quite long. And many people thought we didn't have them at heart, which wasn't the thing. And it hit my mind, and I started thinking that if we had a society or a community where people were now used to these platforms, maybe WhatsApp, online things, it would be easy to keep communicating, like keep the communication going on. So there's a gap, of course, in the communication when it comes to our society, because they are not used to online things. So
everyone has access to this.
I believe that it would be now better, or it would be good for people to start getting used to this, though it is somehow addictive in a way that when you get used to the online things, you tend to lose that physical interaction and that attachment, whereby you meet and you share a number of things. So it's just two-way.
True.
There are positives and the negatives. But now when it comes to the situation, if maybe this situation comes back, are we ready to handle it?
Yes.
So I believe it would be good for us to start planning new ways of communicating. If you can't see me physically, is there any other way I can communicate to you? Yes, maybe through WhatsApp. You see, even WhatsApp has video calls, so a video. So you get a video call, you chat with your friends, your family. So people should learn. People should adopt.
I can list in your dreams.
She has that power. You're right. So, and I think I'll definitely just add on to what Spero from Much have said. Yeah, really the biggest lesson is for us to really utilize these different platforms. Before we were not choosing these. Maybe we thought Zoom was for maybe conferences, meetings, but now they are for even birthday parties. You know, we had a Zoom birthday party for one of my friends, and it was quite interesting. And it's even more unique.
Yeah, it's more unique.
And you can even save the recording. We all just logged on and sang for him, talked about him, and you find that it's even cheaper than planning physical interactions, because for me to go home and see my family, it's quite expensive. So even before the pandemic, I wasn't going home as much as I wished I could. But now every weekend, every week, I can see all my family members. Maybe the challenge is just harmonizing the different schedules, because we are all doing different things. But it's much easier to harmonize the schedules online than physically, because someone can be in office, tap into the family Zoom meeting. Someone is maybe if the time zones are different, someone is heading to sleep. You guys are waking up. So it's actually quite easy for people in different parts of the world to really stay connected to their loved ones. So let's embrace different platforms like Zoom, Facebook, WhatsApp, and while also knowing the value of physical interactions. When we can't meet physically, I'll be the first one to initiate a physical meeting. But right now, I'm comfortably, and I find it convenient for me to have online interactions. So that's I'm glad the pandemic came, in the sense that we have learned to be creative. We have learned to embrace new things. Yes, and we are now making them our own. People are having parties online, people are having meetings online, people are having classes online. So even just with I'm a student, so even just having class meetings online, having discussions online. I had lost touch with some of my lecturers because we were used to going to their offices, meeting them in class, but now they are talking to you online. They are emailing you your coursework. They're asking how you're doing. So it's I think it's even a better experience, because with physical interaction, at times there is more room for having a negative meeting. But now with online, they're even more understanding. I don't know, in my experience.
I think because you meet online for a purpose. We are meeting at this time. We are talking about ABCD.
Yes, and even usually if it's a physical class, there are no excuses. You must be in class. They know you're in hostel. You're maybe 1K away. But now, because the lecturers know the different challenges we are facing, they are so open. They are so understanding. They are so willing to meet you halfway, and they have really been so supportive. So I've really had a positive experience in the academic sense of it.
Wow, interesting. And actually, one of the most interesting thing on this is also that we have learned that we used to hear about this, that in outside countries they use laptops, they use online, like they do online teachings. For example, the Zoom came in because of the pandemic. It wasn't there. Like, it wasn't so common.
Okay, it wasn't common,
but it was there.
Yes.
It was there, but it wasn't common.
Other apps like free call conference, now what?
Yeah.
Like a lot of things.
But people never use them because we are used of physical interactions. I'm supposed to be in class or in a lecture at 2. Those physical interactions had actually taken all our minds, and we were not focusing on things that would work better.
True.
But right now, you study while at your home place and
in bed.
In bed.
Yo.
So actually,
some people. that's what you are doing. Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
Someone puts a PC there and puts a door like.
Oh, yeah, the lecture.
Yeah.
He did that video call. Like,
He was video calling.
yeah, in his bed. You're like,
But
this guy
are
is
you serious? And
disrespecting
he's
us.
teaching.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. So anyway.
I think now we need to go to maybe online manners.
Yeah, that's true.
That should be the next thing. Like
Yeah.
now we have seen online works, but
Yeah.
now if you're coming for a lecture,
Yeah.
dress up.
Dress up, at least.
Sit. But at
You
least
should be ready.